Welcome into week one of EndZone. Our game of the week couldn't have been better. Two teams that are coming off state titles, Louisville, West Point, historic programs in Mississippi. We'll have the highlights. Camario Taylor, the Mississippi State commit, and his Knoxapater County Tigers hosting the always powerful Starkville Yellow Jackets. And their first home game in 2 years, the Amory Panthers show off their brand new stadium.
WCBI Sports EndZone Show with John Sokoloff, Cam Dyer, and Grace Ibarra is brought to you by Carl Hogan Toyota, FastNet, powered by Ford County, and Clark Beverage Group.
Thank you so much to our sponsors and welcome in to week one of EndZone, the season premiere. John Sokoloff and Grace Ibarra hanging out with you. Not going to lie to you, folks. It's been a hectic night. We've had games that are still going on. Yes, I know it's past 11 games going on because of lightning delays. We had just sloppy football because it's week one for the MHSAA, but we wouldn't have wanted it any other way.
It's week one. We're all getting into the groove of things.
We are. We're shaking the rust off. They're shaking the rust off on the field. We're shaking it off. Taylor Swift, shout out. There you go. All right, but Grace, our game of the week this week, West Point, Louisville, there was no other choice for this.
No, you have two powerhouses in the state of Mississippi. They are alone at the top with 12 state championships apiece. So they're both looking for that number 13. And who's going to do it first? Maybe they'll both do it again together this year. But what we know is that they both can't win tonight.
That's right. And these teams, whenever they play each other, it's always a great football game, a lot of physicality, and well coached. Let's get out to the highlights.
WCBI's High School Football Game of the Week is brought to you by Carl Hogan Toyota in Columbus.
All right, West Point, this beautiful brand new Toyota Crown got our young Cammy to the game safe and in style. How about you go get yourself one at Carl Hogan Toyota? We always appreciate them. No better way to open the season than a matchup between the reigning champs. Both teams are reigning champs.
5A, 4A.
And Louisville. Very first drive, fourth down in the red zone. Quentin Thompson hits Mac McGee wide open for the touchdown. Wave leading it 7-0. A little later, Xavier White, Coach Morgan, taking over for Chris Chambliss for West Point. Xavier White trying to make something happen for Louisville. He's hit as he throws. Quantarius Dawson picks it up, takes it the other way for a nice return, but the Wave just could not capitalize. We then went into an hour lightning delay.
Sky does not look nice.
It did not there. First play out of the delay, though, Zayden Jernigan hits the hole, rips off a massive 8-yard run before being tripped up inside the 5. Not an 8-yard run, probably closer to 80.
Maybe they needed that lightning delay to regroup.
Probably so. And the next play, Jernigan punches it in. The Wildcats don't get the 2-point try, so West Point still leads it by 1. In the second quarter, the Green Wave fakes the run. Cam got lost, so did the defense. Javon Randall all alone. He races to the end zone to give West Point an 8-point lead. But just before the half, Zarion Haynes caps off a nice Louisville drive of 6. The 2-point no good again. West Point went into the half up 14-12, but Louisville ends up winning it 15-14. All right, Grace, Knoxapater County, Starkville, that guy.
Talk about Camario Taylor.
Camario Taylor. But the Jackets were the ones threatening in the first. Jalen Ruffin with the bullet to Devarius Hairston for the touchdown. Starkville with a 6-0 lead.
His first touchdown as a quarterback. He was playing corner last year, but you cannot tell by watching these highlights.
Nope, but you can tell he's an athlete, and you can tell it right here with this run. I mean, he earned every inch of those 2 yards on that play on the 2-point conversion. So Starkville up 8-0. There's Chris Jones. Tigers offense struggled early. Starkville taking advantage here. Torian Knox gets all the way to the outside on the handoff, dives on the pylon, and extends Starkville's lead. Jackets up 16-0 after another good 2-point conversion. But Camario Taylor trying to spark something here. 4th and long, doesn't matter. He finds his brother Jaden, who makes a great snag. Top 5 play nominee.
It's something in that Taylor household.
I mean, it's athleticism, you're good at football. But 4th and goal, they can't connect. Starkville ends up winning this one big. 43-22 is the final.
Out to Tupelo. Look at that brand new blue field. And this one started a little bit later. Whitehaven at Tupelo, 8:30 p.m. start because of the lightning delay. And Malachi Gillian there on the stop for Tupelo. Few plays later, they come up with a big-time interception, flipping the field.
That defense returns so many starters.
Seriously. Start of the second quarter. Tupelo knocking on the door, and there they got an answer. They get the 2-yard touchdown. They were up 26-13 at last check. We still don't have a final score, but that's the theme, you know.
You know, hey, look, these late start
8:30 p.m.
times.
start, you're going to be hard-pressed to find a final. But that's okay.
Oxford beat Lafayette 45-0. Big rivalry win. Grace, let's get out to Columbus.
Yes, let's do it. This one was also in a lightning delay, so we pick up in the second quarter. Houston is up 14-0. Columbus going for it on 4th down, bad snap, and they're stopped way short of the stick, so they turn it over on downs. Very next play, Houston takes over, drops back, and he is picked off. Falcons get the ball right back, but the Toppers will score twice before half, going up 28-0. They win it 42-8.
Big win for Baylor, Dampier and company. All right, New Albany and Saltillo. Another hour-long delay. I know, man. I hope no one's playing a drinking game with us talking about that. Defense was the theme tonight. New Albany driving and Saltillo with a big stop. Cheerleaders trying to fire up the New Albany Bulldogs. New Albany would make a defensive stand. Jaden Hicks with the big stop a few plays later. And then Saltillo deep in their end zone. Dedrick Robinson Jr. We don't show defensive plays that much, Grace, but right here we do. That's a safety.
Yeah, that's a scary place to be at if you're an offense, but...
Oh, yeah. No room to breathe, and New Albany wins it 29-0.
Back out in Lowndes County, Itawamba at New Hope. Trojans with their new head coach, Alan Glenn, first game for them. First quarter, Indians going for it on 4th down, and Jerome Baskin breaks up the pass. Itawamba turns it over on downs, but the Indians already back with the ball. J.A. Wood hits Carson Shells. He gets the first down. They keep pushing it down the field. Same drive. Wood looking deep. Finds Cooper Waddle, 36 yards.
Unreal pass.
Indians go up 6-0
Couldn't have handed that ball off better.
And they don't get the extra point there, which I want you to remember. Still in the first, Tyrekus Brooks connects with Lonnie Shin. Trojans moving the chains. Same drive, second quarter, handoff to Jeremiah Harkins. I don't think he gets touched here, John.
No, I don't think so either.
Gets into the end zone, though.
Great job by the big boys up front, too.
Trojans up 7-6, and New Hope wins 21-20. I'm sure that's got to feel good for this team that has not had a lot of winning lately.
Yep, and a brand new coach, too. So shout out to
What
Coach
a way
Glenn,
to start it.
that first win. All right, coming up next here on EndZone, Nettleton and Caledonia. Tigers now led by Kyle Bond. How did he do in his debut? Mooreville and Hatley, Thursday night action that came down to the wire. And Upora, East Webster. Who doesn't love the Maroon Bowl?
I sure do. Welcome back into EndZone. Amory playing at home for the first time in nearly 2 years. They're hosting Pontotoc. First quarter, Braden Moranto gets picked off by Jackson Williams. Not a very nice way for Pontotoc to be welcomed into Amory's new stadium, but we'll allow it, I guess. Second quarter, Markavian Jones on the rushing touchdown, 8 yards into the end zone. Warriors up 7-0. Second quarter, Amory back on offense. Emmanuel Randall, he can get things done on the ground for the Panthers. Gets a big gain for Amory. And then Braden Moranto, I know he's the quarterback, but he can use his legs. Doesn't get all the way downfield, but you know what? He breaks away for a nice gain and a first down for the Panthers, but their offense could not keep up with Pontotoc. Amory falls 21-14. Pontotoc goes in there and pulls off the upset.
Huge win. Massive win for the Warriors. All right, Nettleton, Caledonia. Cole Garver gets the toss around the left end. It's a big run down to the Nettleton 20-yard line. Later on, Cohen Clark on the QB keeper. He's down. Can he get in the end zone? No. Just at the one, though. So more from Caledonia. Gardner getting the ball. punches it in. PAT no good. 6-0 Caledonia. Not much foreshadowing with my missed extra point there, Grace. I'm sorry.
No, I
know
like when
disappointed
there's more to it. It
yes.
builds up the theatrics, the dramatics.
I agree.
If you could do more there, that would be great.
Okay, I'll be sure to do that. Cedric Ford there on that last play, and now Cohen Clark on
Look
the
at
keeper.
him go. This play is insane.
Breaking a tackle and then
He
just
should have been
cutting.
tackled like 3 times.
And then that quick cut back from the left to right. I tore my ACL just watching it. Caledonia.
That's why he's playing football and you are not.
Yes, that's true. Caledonia ends up winning at 33-13. All right, how about we do North Pontotoc and Okolona, shall we? The Chieftains, a 2-hour rain delay here. My goodness.
I am not jealous.
Trayvon Vance bullies his way up the middle for a first down. And then a nice run by Coburn Pickens again. And then LaCameron Lewis on a sweep a little later on for the Chieftains. He gets pushed out of bounds, so they turn the ball over. Violent hit.
Yeah, there was something behind that.
Vikings give it to Don Winfred, who gets stacked up by the Chieftain defense. But this one would end up being North Pontotoc. At last check, it was 14-0. That game was
That was
about
the
to
final.
go final. It was final. Okay,
Yes,
there we go.
That was the final.
Breaking big news.
Shout
Love
out
it.
Jim. Thank you for that
Thank
final
you, Jim.
score.
Yes. Mooreville and Hatley. Why don't we go out to that one? They cough it up. The Troopers cough it up.
You need a cough drop?
I might after watching that. Setting up the Tigers. They had to do it the tough way, though, here. On 4th down, Braxton Harlow bullies his way for the first. And again, it's 4th. What do you do? If the run game's been working, can't avoid it. Football's a game that's won up front, folks. Another gutsy run. So now Logan Brown, a guy that Seth Lee was definitely very excited about, says, hey, guys, I got some talent, too. He finds Jackson Jones.
All alone in the back of the end zone.
Threads the needle over there, too, through a couple defenders. But the Troopers would storm back. Coming off their best year in program history, Wyatt McDaniels to
It's a
Parker
great
Harris.
snag.
Over the shoulder. He sprints into the end zone. 7-7 at the half. Mooreville ekes it out, 26-19.
How about some Thursday night football action?
Yes.
Maroon Bowl, I know.
Did you see Daisy, the pup?
I didn't, and that
Ugh.
really made me upset, but that's okay. East Webster hosting Newport. First quarter handoff to D. Bingham. He breaks loose right up the middle, 25 yards into the end zone. East Webster up 7-0. Bingham had a huge game. East Webster back on offense. RT Moy with the ball, and it gets punched out. Eupora jumps all over it, and Cortland Quinn comes out with the pigskin. Eupora trying to make something happen. But Peyton Perkins stuffed in the backfield by Dagan Crowley. That was nasty stuff. Eagles turn it over on downs. But Eupora found an answer just before half. East Webster led 7-6 at the break. But East Webster, all gas, no breaks in the second half. 35-6 winning that big rivalry game.
Look at that, man. How about those Wolverines? All right, some scores for you. Shannon topping Aberdeen, 46-0. South Pontotoc and Bruce, man. That one got intense. Cougars win it 23-22.
Sweating that one out.
Mantachi, another one-point game. This is the cardiac end zone episode, man. These games are so tight. Winona and Newton County, a 10-point victory for the defending 3A state champs. Belmont topping Smithville, 28-0. And we've got Corinth beating Boonville, 29-7. Choctaw County falling to Park Lane
Another
Academy,
1 point.
22-21, man. Just insane. And the good games, they just keep on coming, folks. Biggersville and Hamilton. That one, I hope you bet the over. That's all I'll say. West Lowndes, the Panthers hosting French Camp. And Heritage Academy coming off a big win last week. Could they keep up the success?
Welcome back into End Zone. Biggersville at Hamilton. 1A defending champs in Biggersville. Early on, Hamilton leading 6-0. Trent Jones gets the handoff, goes around the left side for a nice gain until he's pushed out of bounds. He gets the first down, though. Later on, it's Kaiser Werner. John, I know you're so excited to have him back.
Missed last year.
37
he learned from
yards to the house.
He said this summer he learned from his experiences, and now he's back with a vengeance.
Hamilton went up 12-0 with that score, and they won big time, 50-24. The final, beating the defending 1A champs.
Look at that, man. All right, West Lowndes and French Camp. Let's do it. Panthers were up 30-18. They're going for 2 here after this touchdown, and they get it. Jaquilin Lucius on the toss finds the end zone. West Lowndes goes up 32-18. It was this fan's birthday, Grace.
Happy birthday. We don't know your name, but
We don't, but I hope you have a great night. As good as Dallas Chamberlain did when he was putting the defense on his back with this play, stuffing French Camp. And West Lowndes was up by 14 at this point. We don't have a final yet for this one.
out to Southeast Lauderdale. Noxapater making the trip. First drive for Noxapater. They go for it on 4th, and Jacavius Riddle is denied by Southeast Lauderdale. Later in the quarter, though, for Noxapater, Logan Sanborn finds an open Aiden Harrington, breaks the tackle, finds some open field, and Noxapater is on the board first. They lead 8-0. Second quarter, Noxapater will double their lead thanks to this handoff from Sanborn to Andrew Harrington.
He's got speed, man.
They're just rolling. Southeast would go without a point in that half. I don't believe we have a final.
We do.
Oh,
Noxapater won at 35-7. We're doing the best we can, guys.
Thank
I promise.
you.
All these scores are coming in very late, but we're doing the best that we can.
Better than nothing.
Better than nothing, definitely. And we have most of them this time around, so that's good, including another one-point game.
Get out your popcorn,
Look,
but
I bet 8 sweet potatoes on the over at some pretty good odds for this
potatoes.
one at 58.
I love their sweet potatoes.
And I got Vardaman money line in the parlay too. But Vardaman wins it 30-29.
Huge dub.
Myrtle shutting out Strayhorn 19-0. Congrats to Luke Conley and company for getting that big win. All right, another game where you should have bet the over. Calhoun Academy at Columbus Christian. Early on, we talked about a lot of offense in this one, but defense here. Fumble recovered by the Rams.
Snap sailed above
their
head.
Big time. I love these Rams unis. Look at that little jump pass over here to Matthew Benj.
Just
20-yard
into the end
touchdown.
zone.
Now Calhoun Academy, though, Grace. This is a team coming off a
My
spectacular
goodness, that
season.
final score is already up there, and I did not know what it was.
I told you to bet the over. Bronner bring him there with nowhere to go. And then Mon Hill here with an 80-yard run. Calhoun Academy, though, they end up getting the last lap, 46-40.
Their redemption tour starts now.
Big time. All right, Heritage Academy won their first game in a while last week. Here we go with Aiden Westmoreland with a 20-yard run here. Heritage didn't win a game all last season. They won week 1. Shout out to Tobias Smith. Thompson Regenball finds Braden Shelton, 5-yard pass. And now Tyler King trying to make something work up the middle. That's a 20-yard run, and Heritage ends up winning this one, 21-13. Grace, the Pats are 2-0, man.
Yeah.
2-0.
They're rolling.
All right, some more scores. Winston Academy beating East Rankin Academy 26-13. Starkville falling to Leek 35-19. Let's keep those rolling here. We don't have a final for Oak Hill Academy and Marshall Academy, but Kirk beat Winona Christian 42-0. All right, and when we return here, we will be taking a look at West Alabama.
Welcome back into End Zone. Let's go over to West Alabama. Bibb versus Gordo. Choctaws got off to a good start. Jordan Levert finds Kayvon Holman open 65 yards.
He's fast.
First play of their first possession. And Leverett stays hot as he finds McCain McMillan, 66-yard touchdown.
Jeez.
All these are long balls.
Yeah, they are. They start out with a bang, and they've just been killing it.
But Gordo's a good football program. They're not going down easily. Jace Neal finds C.J. Lark for the 37-yard touchdown. Apparently, you can't score within 25 yards in this game. Then in the second quarter, Cam Lark goes 21 yards to tie the game up at 14. I lied. That was a 21-yard touchdown, which was the shortest touchdown in these highlights. This one, barn burner. Gordo gets it done, ekes it out 36-35 over Big County.
All right. How about we get out to Pickens County and Tuscaloosa Academy. The Knights didn't waste much time here. Taylor Thompson, rushing touchdown, 6-0 lead. They missed the extra point. You know how I know this? Because it came about an inch from hitting me in the dome. I've got a big head, but still, shouldn't come that close.
Would have had to put you on the IR.
To hit me in the head. I really would have been. Definitely would have been concussed. All right, Preston Lancaster chucks one deep. Kane Arrigo comes up with the snag. 12-0 Tuscaloosa Academy. Tornadoes trying to get something rolling here, and it looks like Michael Billups is going to get sacked for maybe a loss of, 10, 15, maybe even 20 yards. He gets away from everybody and turns a negative into about a 20 to 30 yard gain, but Pickens
That's insane.
County,
That's like wizardry.
but they would lose this one 46-0. All right, some final scores here from the night for you. Sulligent falling to Winfield 26-8. Another West Alabama team that scored 8 tonight. South Lamar losing 57-8 to Fayette County, and Lamar County over Red Bay 50-26. So our speed play of the night has to go back to that Louisville game, that Zayden Jernigan long run over 70 yards. And I mean, look, Louisville ends up eking it out. That play definitely,
Close
you could
one.
argue it decided it because it was a 1-point game there. So that was our Fastnet speed play of the night.
The Fastnet Speed Play, brought to you by Fastnet, powered by Ford County. Fast, affordable internet service from the people you know.
Just a fantastic game, this Louisville one. And, with Coach Morgan at West Point, definitely a learning experience. And it was close. His team came to play. It was a tight one, but obviously Tyrone Shorter, another win. He can stack it up.
He's like the Bill Belichick of Mississippi high school football.
He really is. He's got, I don't even know how many state. He had 6 in 12 years at one span. I guess it's either 7 or 8.
He keeps adding
Who
up.
knows? He's got too many rings to keep track of. But our teams of the night, I got to go with Pontotoc. They went 3-7 last year in 5A, and they end up winning at Amory against a great Amory team. Big one. Who's your team of the night?
I have to go with New Hope. They did not have really any success at all last year, and then they make a change at the head coaching position. Alan Glenn comes in, and he gets a 1-point win over Itawamba in his very first game as head coach.
Love that. And not only did they win, but they won in a fun way. 21-20 in a good football game. Thank you so much for tuning in to EndZone. We'll see you next week. Have a great weekend.
WCBI Sports EndZone Show with John Sokoloff, Cam Dyer, and Bryce Ibarra is brought to you by Carl Hogan Toyota, Fastnet, powered by Ford County, and Clark Beverage Group.